Hello everybody, welcome back. Eric Hoagland, General Contractor. Pro Marine and I have just teamed up again to bring you another special how-to video that you yourself can do in your own home. No matter your skill, no matter if this is your first time, this is the perfect video to start with. This guy is going to be spectacular. We are going to show you how to build a three-dimensional recessed inside the wall shelving. We're going to be putting ours right over the top of a freestanding soaking tub in a bathroom. So you can put this same guy down your hallway, you can put it in your kitchen, you can put it wherever you want to in your home or your place of business. We chose in the bathroom of a customer's home right over her soaking tub. But the good news for you is we're going to show you exactly how to build the box and then exactly how to do the epoxy. So this is part one, building the box to house all your resin in for the backdrop. Check out this video. Okay, so we're back. This is the exact how-to. We're going to be doing the recessed box right inside the wall here. This is what we're going to be showing you. This is where we're at so far. Sorry about the clutter. We had showed you the tile shower the other day, so we were almost finished with that. We went ahead with our wood and our metal wrap and brought that all the way around. We've got the whole bathroom done in it, so that'll be going all the way around the entire room. But this is what I was going to show you here. So we already have our dimensions ready to go. What I'm going to do is we're going to show you a close-up here of what's going on. My tub is roughly going to end right here at the front end and end down here. So this box is pretty much going to be in the center of this soaking tub. So I wanted it about 1 foot tall. The height of the soaking tub comes right about here. So when you're sitting down in there, you'll easily be able to reach up here and grab stuff, or you know, again, pretty for some nice LED candles or anything like that. Would be great for up here. So we wanted our box finished out at 1 foot tall. So exactly 1 foot here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get this drywall cut out, and we're going to see what's behind here and see what we might have to deal with. So once you get your measurements for everything, just figure out what you got coming in. And of course, you know, shrink that or make it even to however you want to do that. This is what works best for us in this situation. We're going to be dead center of the tub. So we're going to cut this right out, and we're going to bring you right back after we cut it out and show you what's going on behind the wall. Okay, so all we've done, now that we've got the wall open, we kind of figured out a few things. And let me point out a couple of things. Normally, what we would do to make this whole stretch go the distance is we would take 2x4s, and where the next 2x4 is in line over here, we would simply cut this guy high and low, get him out of the equation, and just rebuild our box, tying this back over to here, and then we would still have pressure points. That's how we would open that up. Because we are in a prefabbed home and everything is set on 2-foot centers, we don't really want to take this guy out of the equation. It's not a load-bearing wall, but we just really don't want to take him out. The way a lot of these homes are put together, there's 500 staples on the other side of this 2x4, and we really don't want to get into the other side of the wall with doing all that. So we're going to keep this guy in play, and we're going to make 2 separate boxes instead. Electric is another reason why we have a problem. So no big deal. We're just going to make the 2 separate boxes. And if you want to make the whole stretch, again, you would just cut this guy out of the equation. So we found our other stud back over here. We had already, when we opened this up, we had measured from this stud inside of here to here, and that's where we dropped this guy in. Now, I've secured him on this other side. We're putting the header plate now, and then we're going to put in our 2 side pieces, and this guy will be done. We're going to end up putting drywall back over this once we build these sides and beef it up some, and then we'll end up trimming that out later. So this is kind of what you need to do. Send this plate up here, get it in behind the drywall, and then we're going to get him level. And that will be our, that'll be our top plate for this. Sometimes these guys are a pain to get inside there where you need it. So you got, there we go. You just got to keep messing with him, and eventually he'll catch. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I've got this one up here exactly where he needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot a screw in this side to keep him still, because the more I tap this side, the more it wants to go up, and then I won't be able to get him back down. Actually, a little trick to get him down, I'll go ahead and show you this too. Take you a little screw while you got him in here. Let's see. Something like this be fine, a little 2-inch screw. Take him in here, get him started. Just like that. Then you can always take a pair of pliers or your hand, and you can pull that guy out where you needed him. So just you hold on to him here. Now when I hit this side, see, won't go up. So I was going to go ahead and shoot a screw in there and just let it hold it, but there you go. If you get one up here past the wall and you can't figure out how to get him back down, just shoot a screw up in there. That way you can pull it down to where you need. We have got this guy pretty tight, really tight actually. Wanted him that way. You don't want any slack up here whatsoever. You want everything to be really good and tight in between the studs. There we go. Just like that. And we are even and flush with the drywall. Now I'm going to go ahead and screw this guy. And it's always a good idea. The drywall is sitting there staring at you. So that doesn't shift or move. Go ahead and pop you. Just like that. That'll hold it right here to the drywall. Now you can do one of two things. You can finish this out and end up painting this. We're actually going to do something different here. We're going to end up putting a tile border all the way around this. And then we're going to run tile here on our shelving. And then of course the backdrop of this is going to be epoxy. Just like that. We got our top, we got our bottom. There's no really water danger any over here in this area, so we're not worried about wrapping none of this stuff, making it waterproof or anything like that. Once you get those two up in there, it's down to your side pieces now. I'm going to go ahead while this is exposed, and I'm going to go ahead and get a screw from this other side. Since all the screws are holding this front side really well, so I'm going to make sure that this screw that I sink into this is going to be more towards the back. And we're going to get him to hit right in here where he's supposed to. Just like that. Now you can reach up here and you can pull that screw right back out. So, just like that, you know, it all depends on what you're trying to do. Our end result, we're going to put two sidewalls here, like I said, same thickness and everything. This is going to be our end result. We're going to bring that tile shower over there. We're going to bring that tile right over here and put that right into play just like that. And he's going to wrap this guy on the outside. And then this is going to sit right in here and act like our shelving. And we're going to case that guy out just like that. So the whole purpose of this 3D box is just to give yourself a platform here, something solid to get everything squared up. These boxes are really, really super easy to do, and they're a lot of fun, and they just really class up things and give them a totally different perspective than before. So it's a lot of extra work, but it's really cool when it's done. So I'm just trying to give you an idea here. We're going to have that wrapped all the way around. The epoxy will sit back here in the back. And of course, we're going to walk you through everything. I was just showing you what we're trying to accomplish with ours. You can do yours any way you want. You can use tile to wrap that. You can use epoxy and actually do the inner part of your box and the backdrop and wrap it with something different. You can do epoxy for the whole thing. We're going to make our epoxy just in the backdrops, and then we're going to tile on the header, the bottom here on the shelf, and then of course on the trim part of it. So our next step now, we're going to get 2 walls up here so that this side of the box is done. That's going to add the 1x4 right here. That's going to add 3/4 of an inch or so, and then once we add the 3/4 on the other side, that's how much drywall I need to go back with here to make this evenly so that our tile is going to separate these 2 guys and trim them out. So we're going to go ahead and get these 2 sidewalls put in, and then we'll bring you right back and show you this other side, and we're going to dodge this outlet as well. Okay, so we've got the whole right side of the box done, and we're closing in on the left side. So as you can see, our joist was back here. What I want to show you, you know, you don't want any movement on the back side, and because I just shot the screws in the front here, we did toenail inside. Here's one right here for you if you can see it. We're toenailing up in and up in all these corners to keep the movement on the back side of this from happening. So I was just letting you know, some are easier to get to than others, but simply screw that guy right up in there just like that, and everything is just tight and snug. So we've got both of our boxes. We decided not to move this outlet. We could move it over 1 inch, but what we thought about, since this is a 1x4, it's truly a 3/4, we're just not going to put a 3/4 here on this side, which will give us just a 1/4 inch off of the exact opening, which is no big deal. So we'll just adjust the tub 1/8 of an inch down to this direction, and that will split that difference, and it will be perfect. So probably a good idea before you get ready to do these boxes, see on the other side of the wall and see what might be there. It really wouldn't have mattered for our sake. We knew that this outlet was probably going to be right here in the way from the laundry room side, but this is where we had to have it. So if you do have options and you can move it one place to another and it really doesn't matter, check on the other side first before you get started. That way you'll probably go into a safe spot and not find a bunch of outlets and things. So we're going to close up our last guy right here. We're going to make a bridge right here, and then we're going to drywall this back and show you the end result of it, and then we'll of course show you the backdrop of the epoxy and how we're going to do that. Okay, so there it is. Just showing you here the last little finishing touch. There's the rest of our box. We got the header up there and everything. So we timed ours out. You can do the same. We timed ours out to where the tile is literally, if anything, we'll have to cut. So when we put in the backdrop here of the epoxy, this will no longer sit in here and be, of course, that flush. We'll rip the back side off that and hang it accordingly. But this right here will already be perfect, as you can see. And it's just going to set really, really nicely when we get this guy in here and get him done. So just like that, you can kind of picture how we're going to do that and send those over there. And we're going to have one right here dead center, kind of dividing these two as well. So there it is. Now that we've got the box built, we've already got our tile and everything that we've chose to use for inside and then to trim it out with on the wall part. So now part 2 video is we're going to show you how to make these backdrops to where they sit in here, the thickness we use, everything plays a role. So we're going to get into all that and show you what's going on. But this is where we're at so far. It's really coming together. Again, despite the mess, we've got a little ways to go. This video will be out late next week. We took that all the way around the door, like I told you before, and we shot that literally all the way around. We're coming all the way around the bathroom with it. There it is back there as well. Then we're going to pick up over here behind the toilet and actually incorporate that in. But before we can put that in, the top really needs to go on so we can measure off that. And then we've got a cool little surprise up over the countertop coming. So just want you to see where we're at, how that's going to go. She'll end up with 3 shelves back here, probably a hamper of some sort down here on the bottom. And then that first shelf will kick off there. Second shelf, and then her upper shelf there. And then that's going to come on around, and we'll have the garden tub sitting right about here, the head of it, and down there by the foot, it's about even right about there. So this guy's going to end up being smack positioned right in the center. Then, of course, we're going to be going in with life-proof flooring throughout the whole place. So really eager to get to the next part of it and show you all how to put all this together and make it all come together. So we're done with this portion of the video. We'll have the next video out here real soon. Be looking for it. It'll be part 2, how to do the backdrop for the recess. And as usual, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.